Heidi Giokos is following that story and joins us now for an update and reaction from the Ronema Muepa media briefing room in Hatfield in Pretoria. Heidi, so a bit more detail then in terms of the so what part of things. The Department of Health moving swiftly to suspend the 6 officials, making it 7 officials from that department. But they also say that they are in communication with other departments where those former officials of the department who are implicated in this report, 3 of them have since moved to those departments.
Thank you.
Yes, certainly. So we know in total the Department of Health has been looking at 10 health officials. We understand that 3 of those 10 have since moved to other government departments such as GCIS, the Departments of Agriculture and Land Reform, as well as Government Printing Works departments. We understand that the Department of Health has, of course, issued notices to these departments to inform them of the suspension of these 3 officials, but we do know currently 7 precautionary suspension letters have been issued to officials. They include the Director General, who was in fact precautionary suspended last week, Thursday, as well as Anban Pillay, Popo Maja, who is the head of communications at the Department of Health, and a number of other officials. We couldn't get a chance to speak to the Health Minister as he's dashing off to another engagement, but we are joined by the SIU, Kaizer Kganyago. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We appreciate it. Lots of work was done, a report of over 100 pages. Speak to us about how many people have officially been implicated. There's a number of 18 and then 10. Just clarify that for us and how many people have actually been referred for criminal prosecution to the NPA.
Thank you very much. In as far as the numbers are concerned, obviously the department was talking about officials that are employees of the department. We are working on the holistic picture of the whole report, and we have made referrals, 18 referrals to the NPA for criminal prosecution, because this is one of the outcomes that we have to do. And as we speak today, that was done already in July, that referral of 18 people.
Okay, speak to us about the possible recovery of the 150 million rand. We know that the SIU has managed to recover about 22 million rand. This is a lot of money, also given the fact that we are in the middle of a pandemic. This money could have been diverted and used for something crucial. How far is the SIU with regards to that process?
Yes, we started with the freezing of the 22 million rand that was already in the bank accounts of some of the people that we are having to recover from. And that money is waiting for the process that has just started. We have now put the matters to the special tribunal, wherein we are going to try and set aside the contract. And once we have done that, we then recover the whole 150 million rand, and which means we'll have to follow the money like we have done in the report to make sure that we know who benefited how much. And then all of those people, there are about 30 respondents already, that needs to come and explain why the money was given to them, and therefore at the end of the process we'll be able to know how much exactly we'll be able to recover.
And just to confirm, so we do understand that the Digital Vibes contract has been blacklisted, so that company cannot get a tender because it's been blacklisted.
We have made a referral in our report that the company must be blacklisted. Obviously, there are processes that happens. The Department of Health has to now take this matter and refer it through the processes to the Treasury, and then between the Department and the Treasury, they will be put on the blacklist of the government as a whole, so that they don't do business with any of the government departments.
Sure, and then just lastly, Mr. Kganyago, speak to us about any new leads or any new developments with regards to your investigations, specifically linked to Digital Vibes.
If people can read the report, there is now 7.2, which is the last paragraph on the report. We are saying that we reserve, when we send it, we said we reserve the right to continue with the investigation, even if it's the report, the final report. If new information comes, we reserve the right to pursue it, because we can't say we are done now, therefore there's new information, we cannot do anything. And as I speak to you, I can confirm that already there's new information that has come our way, and we are busy looking into it to make sure that we add. And once that is done, we can do a report, an amended report to the President about that section.
Do we know when that preliminary report will be given to the President?
After we are done with this following up, because it's obvious that we don't just take allegations and then make it fact. We've got to investigate. Like I always say, allegations come, but our outcomes are based on evidence. And when the evidence leads us to people, we will then indicate in the report that we'll have to give to the President to augment the one that we have done already.
Okay, great. We'll just have to wait for that preliminary report. Thank you so much. That's Kaizer Kganyago from the SIU. And Tulis, you heard it first on eNCA. We understand that the SIU is following up on a lead and certain information that they have received. And once they are done, they'll hand that over to the President. And this is all linked to the Digital Vibes contracts.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. eNCA's Heidi Giokos joining us from Hatfield in Pretoria there, getting an update and also asking those critical questions about if the SIU has so far done a process of preserving 22 million rand. That's commendable, but we did have 150 million rand spent irregularly, some of it wastefully and fruitlessly. So 22 million rand, commendable, but we need to get answers as to how much more can we still recover. Good.